Right, morning folks, back out on the bike. An old favourite of mine, Salterfell out at Sladeburn. And a couple of reasons why I'm doing this. One, I've got my mate John with me, so we're having a group ride, well, we're just two of us, which we haven't done for a while. I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, second reason rather, why we're out is I've got my tablet on the bike. I've stupidly, schoolboy error, I forgot to download the maps. So I've just got a blank page, but I'm just practicing recording the route, and then I can obviously export it to one of my devices with OS Maps or some other mapping software on, and then I'm presuming it will overlay onto that and still be a viable GPX route. We shall have a look when we get back home. And the third reason is I've got rid of the TuBliss system, not because there was anything wrong with it. Well, I say I've got rid of the TuBliss system. I've got rid of the TuBliss system on the rear tyre, and I've fitted a Mousse, loose about the hoose. So I'm going to give that a go. Let's just get through this gates. I'll get it, you're right.
You reckon Johnny Walker could just drive over that?
I reckon he could easily, to be fair, yeah. I mean, to be fair, last time I did this, you weren't with me, but I did the same. I just went straight over it.
What, over that?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I look forward to watching that.
Oh, camera jammed up. Camera jammed, yeah, I don't know why. I'm just a sacrificial lamb, aren't I? The sacrificial lamb. Let's go steady past these cows. Nice and steady. Alright, so I've got a Mousse, a rear Mousse. I've ran the TuBliss now for 18 months on this bike. Not had any complaints with it, never had any punctures with it or anything like that. But I wanted to just see how a Mousse compared to the TuBliss. So this is its maiden voyage. So I'm just going to have a nice steady little ride to get a feel for it. Although we rode from the car park at Sladeburn up to the start of this trail, and to be fair, no issues at all. Couldn't really feel any difference or tell any difference between it and the TuBliss. So that's a good sign. I bought a front Mousse. I haven't got around to fitting it yet. I only bought it a few days ago. But I'm not looking forward to fitting it, because I tell you, the rear was a right bastard to fit. Took me a while, took me a couple of hours and maybe a little bit extra, but I did it. So first time I'd ever fitted a Mousse. So yeah, I've got a Michelin, it's a Michelin medium bib Mousse, I think that's what they call them. Hey John, is he coming? Here he comes. So yeah, TuBliss in the front, Mousse in the rear, but not for too long. the reason why I went through Mousse is, again, just further reassurance. I know they're not infallible, you're not going to get a puncture on them, but just ease of mind that you ain't going to get a puncture. And then potentially I won't have to bother bringing my tyre inflator with me and a puncture repair kit, so that's creates a little bit more space in my luggage. Oh, that's dried out a bit there. I thought that would be quite slippery. Whoa! That was a bit bouncy. He's here, he's here. I might have taken the wrong line here. I think I'd have been better off over there to the right. And then to the lefts. It's throwing me around a bit on here. How's John doing? He's coming. I'll just wait for him. Okay. That was a bit jolty, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. Okay, do you want to go or do you want me to go? Yeah, well you go ahead, I can get you filming. Possibly, yeah. It's quite easy now. I'll just give John a bit of space here. Yeah, so this bit looks like it's been improved upon. Alright John, give it some willy. And I just know if I stop, I will not be able to get going again. Oh, I got a bit of arm pump there. And that's the hardest bit, I would say. There's other bits like that that are rocky, but that's the only bit there that's sort of on a gradient and also rocky. Oh, I definitely feel like I'm out of practice on the bike. I'm out of practice, John. That's a bit of a big boulder there. Yes, we've been waiting all week for today, for the weather to improve as it has. It's Friday today, I think Monday and Tuesday and a little bit of Wednesday, but in particular first couple of days of this week were absolutely horrendous. But then there's been a lot of floods as well, haven't they, up and down the UK, so it ain't surprising. So yeah, John was just asking there if I could feel any difference in the Mousse so far. Honestly can't, but then we've only done a few miles so far. That was a bit touch and go up there. Not that I was going to fall, but it was a bit rocky. Okay. I'll put them down. I meant to put them down before. Completely forgot. You don't need your mirrors out on the trails. Well, not always. Beautiful day. I'd like to thank everybody as well that left a comment and watched my last video when I did that pay and play enduro day up at Concert near Durham. The video's done quite well. Whether that's because I fell off a couple of times on video, I'm not sure. But yeah, but thank you everybody for watching that, leaving a comment, and also thank you to all my new subscribers. And I've also got to thank Dave and Duncan as well for going that extra leg, that extra mile, digging into their pockets and buying me a coffee. There's a link down below where you can do that, and it's people that buy me coffees like that, as well as the subscribers and the viewers, obviously, the channel, that help to keep this channel running and help me to be able to continue to afford getting out on the bike and giving you videos like this and showing you some routes, even routes I've done before. They're all different every time you do them. Possibly a bit closer than comfort, closer than comfort should allow there. If John had come off there, I might have struggled. It's a fine line between trying to get some decent footage of people you're riding with and then giving a bit of a safety margin as well. A bit of a puddle. You've got to be mindful of these puddles. You never know how deep they're going to be, do you? Or whether there's a great big pothole in one that's going to send you over the bars. But it's still good to go through them. That's what the bike's designed for. I do love this bike. So easy to ride. Oops. Wasn't gripping the bars properly there. I went down a bit of a jolt. See if I can get up close a bit here to John, but not too close as we're going up this hill. Nothing coming down. Nice and steady. You don't need to go terracing up to have fun. If any of my viewers as well, especially those who perhaps aren't very experienced like me at riding off-road, or maybe they're a complete novice, if anybody fancies doing this route with me, I'm more than happy to accompany you on this trail just for a bit of support in case things go wrong. Not that they will do, I'm sure, but you never know. But yeah, I'm more than happy to come with you and assist you. If you can have a look on Google Maps at Sladeburn in Lancashire, there's a massive car park there by the cafe. I think it was £2.10 to park for 4 hours, so you can't grumble at that. Nice safe car park. It's in a nice little country village, and then you can ride this trail. It's only a few miles away from the car park, and you can either get to the end and come back on the same route, or if you don't fancy doing that, then you can simply just do a bit of a loop when you get to Ray at the end of here and come back on the road. But yeah, if anybody fancies that, by all means, just get in touch with me. Email address 701adventure, not adventures, adventure@gmail.com, or you can just leave a message down below in the comments, and we can communicate that way if you'd prefer. Do we have a farmer? Where's the farmer? Yeah, well, he won't be far away, will he? As long as he hasn't collapsed somewhere. No. He's probably watching us with his 12 bore. Nice and steady. So I think it's about 8 miles long, this trail, if I'm not mistaken, and we're not too far from the end now. And when you get to the end, you just go through a little bit of a working farm, and then back onto tarmac, and then we're going to, as I said a few moments ago, we're going to drop down into the little town or village, I think it's a village, called Ray. There's a cafe there. We shall get perhaps some refreshments. I'll just come over this side in case there's a rider coming towards me. Never assume that there won't be. And the Mousse seems to be doing alright anyway. The fact that I put it on, the tyre on, you never know, it could have fallen off. My mechanics aren't very good, as people know. I'm not terrible, but I'm certainly not competent. Well, I am in some things, but not a lot of things. Not my area of expertise, but I'll have a go. I think I need to turn up the brightness on my tablet as well. Not necessarily now, but for the future. Yep. Quite a bit of livestock out as well on here at the moment, more than normal. So look at that beautiful countryside. Awesome. More cows having a pee. Might have to edit that out. Censorship. Right, do we use the gates? Yes, we do. Got my front tyre covered in cow poo. I'm sure it'll come off. So this is the farm at the end of Salter Fell. As I said, it is a working farm, so just be mindful as you come through here, and I'm sure we all would anyway. And then you're back on tarmac. So yeah, so if you fancy oh, another gate. I didn't realise there was a gate here. Yeah, I don't remember this being closed.
No, I've never seen it closed.
Or even here. That one looks a little bit like my living white Springer Spaniel. Never seen a sheep like that, sort of spotted. a gate? Oh, no, it's a cattle grid. We're alright. I better check my fuel levels when we get down here, as I said, I stupidly forgot to put some fuel in the bike before we set off. This is a nice little route to come down, lined with bushes. An old Methodist chapel there, I've never noticed that before. That would have been for the parish of probably about a dozen people, maybe 200 years ago. You can just imagine, can't you, walking up this hill to church in all weathers in the 1800s, 1900s. Damn hard work. And now we have a husky. Yeah, I did a service on the bike as well. I know I said I'm not very competent, I'm a mechanic. I'm not at most things, but I can service the bike. I mean, that's no big drama, is it? Sorted the air filter out. I always carry a spare, or not carry, but I always have a spare pre-oiled air filter in my garage. So bang that in and then get the other one, the dirty one, cleaned. Even if the one that I take out isn't like filthy, it was always recommended to me to change them at regular intervals. I mean, I was once told to literally change them every ride. I'll be honest with you, I don't do that, but I don't leave them in for prolonged periods of time. So yeah, I did that, and then just you can get like a little kit, service kit for these. It's not, I can't remember how much they are, maybe 20 quid, maybe a little bit more. And they've got all the relevant crush washers, gaskets, and the filters, oil filter and all that. And then I've got plenty of oil already at home. So did that. So that's just nice to know that you got fresh engine oil in your bike, protecting your engine. Right, I shall sign off there, and like I said, we're heading to a cafe at Ray, and then from there we're going to do a bit of a loop back to Sladeburn, incorporating some other little trails that John knows. So providing my tablet continues to work, we shall continue to record that trail for you. So I shall catch up with you when we're leaving the cafe. Ta-ta for now. Welcome back. We've had a little bit of lunch, nothing major, down at some cafe at Ray. I meant to make a note of the name of the place, but I've forgotten. And now we're just doing a little route. I'm not quite sure what this road's called, but it's a road that John's familiar with. Apparently it's all tarmac, and it just leads you back towards Sladeburn. So I've never done this before. Looks nice enough, looks scenic enough, doesn't it? So let's have a little ride on here, see what it has in store for us. I've had a couple of cars passing us on it, but nothing major. I think it's going to be a pretty quiet road. Most of the roads around here are quite quiet, to be honest. Certainly not the M25. But yeah, I needed to get moving there again. We're getting a bit chilly. We were just having a bit of a chinwag outside at road, just about each other's bikes and suspension and the height of them and everything else. John's is the gas. I think it's the 300. ES 300 maybe? Something. Anyway. So yeah, I'm not sure how long this battery will last. Hopefully it'll see us back towards Sladeburn. But I shall catch up with you in a few minutes. I thought I'd put the camera back on here. This is quite nice. Quite a bit of livestock, quite a few sheep. But they seem to be behaving themselves, which is always nice. I don't want to have to explain to my insurance company that I was swerving, I was braking to avoid colliding with a sheep, slipped on a mixture of cow pat and sheep shit and gravel like this, and collided with a sheep and ended up going off road. That could be a bit confusing and complicated and messy for insurance companies. I'm certainly glad I put these mirrors on. I mentioned them on my previous video, I think. 10 or 11 quid or something like that. Ridiculously cheap for a pair from Amazon. Perfect. Right, what are we doing here? That says no through road. So we must be going left. Ooh, a nice bit of woodland. I like a bit of woodland. I like a bit of woodland. We've got a little beck we're going over here. How perfectly quaint. Right, back with you again shortly. Right, back with you. We're on Silly Lane, which is a bit of a daft name for a street or a road, but yeah, Silly Lane we're on. Still out in the middle of nowhere, in the wilderness, surrounded by sheep. It's getting a bit cold. That's the thing, when you're riding like this, you don't keep warm, do you? Like when you're riding off road, and you're sweating your ass off. This is just steady away riding. But it's very beautiful. Where are we going now? Botton Head cul-de-sac and Sladeburn straight on. Munching away in a world of its own. Right, I'll come back to you again when we get a bit closer to Sladeburn. Okay, I thought I'd put the camera back on here. This is definitely worthy of a little bit of footage. Still heading to Sladeburn, obviously, and we're just going through this little road above a valley, which is quite scenic.
Or the sheep?
Say again?
You keeping your own at me or the sheep?
I didn't pip at anybody. No, no, no. I didn't do anything.
5.5 miles.
Yeah, it's just straight on here. I do recognise this road now.
Yeah, I'm sure we came across it when I had CRF. Yeah, it's a nice little road, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. It is getting a bit nippy, yeah. I was just thinking to myself, when you're riding off-road, you soon warm up, don't you? But you cool down a bit on this. Okay. False alarm. John thought I were pipping me on. He must have heard things. No horns were pipped. There's just sheep everywhere. You've got to be so mindful of them. But yeah, anyway, lovely valley. I just thought I'd do a little bit of footage of that just to show people. And then we're about 5 miles apparently away from Sladeburn. So on we go. Can you imagine if you could ride off-road around here? I'm sure there are people that probably do, but if you got caught, God forbid, you know, God help you, you'd end up getting heavily penalised. Thank you. Anyway, we digress. On to Sladeburn. Right, I think we're dropping down into Sladeburn itself now. Can't be more than a couple of miles away, I wouldn't have thought. Just past a few cyclists and there's another few here coming up. Well, I'll say another few. One. Well, there might be more. So I'll just keep the cameras rolling as long as the battery holds out. It's showing amber, but hopefully it will last till I get back to the car park. What I will point out is, you might be the observant ones amongst you, you'll notice I've taken the tablet off and the holder that it was on. When we got to the cafe down in Ray, I'd got the clutch cable, it had wrapped itself round the end bar, so I couldn't understand how it happened, but John said it's probably when I've been going up the last stages of Salterfell, suspension's dipped, cable's wrapped itself behind the bar and then gone taut. I must admit I didn't see it and I didn't notice it either in the handling, so it must have literally just happened right at the last minute. But so I thought, well, I'll take it off just to avoid any future dramas on this ride, but it's easily solvable. There's about maybe 3-4 inches of bar that protrudes beyond the edge of each bracket, so I've got an angle grinder at home and I shall just cut them off and then just smooth out the ends so they're not sharp, and then there's nothing there obviously for any of the cables to snag on, although that's never happened before, so I'm not quite sure why it's happened on this occasion. But you learn as you go along and you improve things about your bike, don't you? So yeah, I was quite surprised when I got there, but thankfully for once I've got some tools with me, so I managed to take it all off and get it out. There wasn't much play in it, it was that tight, but anyway, I managed to sort it out. Thankfully it didn't damage any of the brake lines or clutch lines. Slow, so I think this will be Slade Burn possibly. Oh, it stinks a bit here. That is very ripe. I like the smell of the country, but I wouldn't want that on my doorstep every day. Whew. So anyway, it's possible this battery might die any second now. So I shall sign off by saying thank you for watching the video. If you've made it this far, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a comment down below. Likewise, please, if you aren't a subscriber, I'd appreciate it greatly if you would subscribe, because I'm nearly at 3,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. So yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you liked it. But just generally, just thank you very much for watching it, taking the time out of your busy day to watch the video. So and as I mentioned during the video, if anybody would like to ride Salterfell with me, perhaps somebody of my level, a beginner, or anything of that nature, feel free, drop us an email, or just leave a comment down below and we can communicate that way and get something sorted out. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care, and I shall see you on my next video. Ta-da for now.